from earlier today, playing this UE game, practicing for the upcoming PvP match between James and me. Alright, let's get started. We are on turn 90, not doing too great. I'd like to be especially against AI, I'd like to be much more ahead of where I am than where I am right now. Had a pretty slow start. Made some kind of stupid decisions, though I don't want to put it all on that. Just generally still getting used to playing these guys. So yeah, that's why we practice, right? Okay, so the biggest thing that I think is holding me back is definitely this lack of science. This has been really hurting me recently. So our goal is to kind of make that a little bit better. I've been doing some research on the better science buildings that I haven't built yet at turn 90, which is a travesty. These guys just declared war on me. I am currently in a war with these guys, but doing fairly well, if I remember correctly. What I want to do is get Gistrad, take over this whole star system, and then just kind of, declare peace, or just, hold this as a bottleneck so that they can't get past me. Alrighty. Yay, we got another person. All Guardians. Okay. This guy's pretty decent. So I actually love Imperial Heroes simply for military spine, which gives +4, but it's 2 levels, so eventually +8% damage per CP, which if you guys do the math, once you get up to 24 CP, is a lot of damage. It's a lot of damage. It's like +200% damage. It's pretty crazy. Just from that, and then their standard Guardian tree, like they get the plus to fleet health and the extra 40% damage here, and the extra damage here. Like they end up getting about plus 300-ish% damage just from their abilities. It's pretty crazy. It's actually one of the reasons I like Petra so much, is that she gets pretty insanely strong really quickly. And even though she's a seeker, she can still contend with this most militaristic of heroes simply from that ability. Once she hits those levels. So hopefully we'll be able to get her to that point eventually. Unfortunately, she's been running around fighting these wars for a while, so we haven't had time to really level her up very much. I think she's only like level 6 right now. Level 7. Okay. And that's because military heroes don't get any experience because this game balance is stupid. But the devs have consistently said that they're going to try and fix that. All right.
The unfold.
Oh, what happened there? Oh, that was my invasion of them, which I believe should be able to be continued once I arrive like this. Chunk. I can just fight him here. Get out of here, you wankers. Now I should have a bunch of manpower on this fleet. Right? Yeah, let's continue this. Oh, maybe not. Okay, I just have to kill some peoples. Alright, so that means we're going to want to split this up a little bit so I can do a whole bunch of attacks and clear those guys out all in one turn. Yeah, and this is another reason that playing against AIs is nothing like playing against humans. I talked about this in my last stream, but any human player worth his salt will never go 100% beams. It means I can just kill them before they get here. And it really provides no meaningful choices or any real level of difficulty to the game, which is really unfortunate. I hope that they, meaning the developers, the devs, will fix that because it kind of bums me out. The fact that the AI is so stupid. Let's grab one of these and no, they don't need it. Who are my big places with not a lot of people? Ukda could definitely use some more people. So let's do this. And then I also immediately want to get this Arctic. Okay. Fertile chunk. Yeah, so we want to keep these guys, as many of these guys on the fertile as possible, and as many of these guys on the cold as possible, just to maximize our FIDs. I recently, as in last session, discovered that if you click on the system, nothing happens. But if you click on the population tab, you get a rundown of the planets, and you can do your population micromanagement here, which is enormous. And I don't know why they don't just, like, when you click anywhere on their system, why doesn't it pull up here? Like, this is all unused empty space, just have it pull up. Don't force me to click on my population thing. Like, you can even assign new colonization stuff. Like, just do this whenever you click it. It's bad that I've played this game for what, like 300 some hours, and I've posted 50 hours of video or something crazy, and I'm just figuring this out. Like, come on. Make it a little bit more obvious. Like here, like this is amazing. I wish I knew I could do this so long ago. Put my sterile guys that like sterile planets on the sterile places. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go through all of this and do it. Oh, wow, you can even build like upgrades. Oh, this makes me so mad. This isn't more clear in the beginning. That's funny. Wait. Oh, okay, so if you click here, it pulls up the upgrades. And you can do terraforming from here as well. Okay. And then if you click here, nothing happens. Okay, so it's really if you click these two places that you can do cool, important stuff. Noted. Noted. Okay. So we're just gonna click through here, and we can add that. Wow, this is so helpful. It's kind of unbelievable. Oh, if it's responsive, there we go. These guys are good on fertile, right? Yeah. All right, we can adjust that soon. Let's grab this on here. So that makes this part so much more helpful. I approve, but it should be more obvious, like when you click on this, that's what should happen. And I always wondered what this big empty space was for. I just never kind of put two and two together. So now that I feel a little bit more better. I feel a little bit better about the game. So that's good. What are these guys? These guys are plus to science on happy. We already have this big lava. Okay. Got this nice big ocean and boreal. This is another place that really needs, I guess it doesn't really need the plus to to food. Oh, I already gave it to it. Aha, I am smart. I am smart. So you can see that the plus 100 from food from the system development level makes it so that this place is going to be growing almost every turn, which is kind of awesome. Yeah, so this is fucking sweet. I'm so excited to use this. I mean, this is where most of my, it's funny because this is where most of my time is spent. So I'm actually going to be using this screen for most of this game now instead of like flipping around doing stupid things all over the place. All right, and then we got these outposts. That's fine. Are all of these places already? Oh no, this is an outpost. Okay, so that's pretty cool. That just let me do my whole turn basically from one screen. Now, if only, again, if only there was a starport thing there as well, then I would be even more happy, and we can start getting into some cool terraforming stuff. But first, I'm going to need you to build that, because that's going to be pretty nice for me. And then we're also going to want that here, and we don't really need that for any reason. Let's get this as well. And do we need anything? Yeah, we need Patriot pills. All right, who's next? Okay, we got some tundras and those things. Let's do this and this. There are no of these. So, and then let's get some more dust production because we're still negative dust. Okay. And next is Lacerta. So we have one Riftborn person. Awesome. But you have all the food things already. Interesting. All right. Well, let's get you some cerebral reality and some happiness stuff. Did I take these people over? No. Maybe I just took them over a long time ago. I have no memory of such things. Okay, but that let me do my turn super fast. Awesome, with not so much like clicking around and doing stupid things. Hooray! Alright. So I'm kind of worried about Groose here. And I have holy crap, do I have a ton of influence being built up. I love it. Oh no, what happened here? Oh, I'm losing people. Why am I losing people? Zingus. Go away. Let's pull from Polaris. Alright, and hopefully, yay, now we're growing again. Because we don't want people to be dying for no reason. That would be dumb. What the hell? So one of my main complaints with this game is the outpost system, and that you can't just say, don't pull from anywhere, because right now, this is pretty stupid, where I'm like, oh, I'm killing my population for no reason. Is Ukta not supplying anyone? Alright. Zinnius, you will now pull from Ukta. Simply so you're not killing anyone. Dumb. But that means I want to... Alright, you're only doing it for 3 turns anyways. Okay. Oh, my light is sinking. There we go. Alright. This place is awesome. So we are going to get it some geo-industrial plants and some food, I think. Let's grab it this first. And how do we want to do this? I think this one, and then this, and maybe, oh, we need to do this as well. Let's do it like that. Okay, and let's sell our stuff. We don't really need it at the moment. Ooh, that's going to be a nice income. The fact that I'm producing a whole bunch of proto-orchids all of a sudden. And we definitely don't need that many of any of these, so we'll sell a whole bunch. And if I remember correctly, Hyperion is fairly useful to us, so we'll hold on to those as well. And in order to provide a defense, speaking of which, we're going to also design our Valkyrie class ship. Free. I seriously hope I spelled that right. I think I did. Huh. So let's do, this gives you critical hit damage inflicted. Okay. Let's grab one of those, one of these, a couple of these. One of these, and some missile defense. Missile defense. There we go. Game was lagging a little bit. All right. Other things that we want to do in our shield class ships. We are going to upgrade them to these and these beautiful things. And our sword classes. Also going to be upgrading to better armor and the shields are still okay, I think. Yeah, I think the shields are still okay. But better armor at least, and same with the Vikings. Okay. So now that we've done that, we want to build some of these ships. So we're going to grab at least the basics over here. And maybe, can we stretch for this one? Awesome. Wow, you can do a whole lot with 8,000 influence. Way more than you can do with a little bit of dust. And we're getting nice Patriot pills. Okay, what about this one? That's 2,100. Could buy it, but I kind of want to invest into my trade companies. I think I'll just go with another shield. That's going to give me some nice healing and sustain. Okay, so I can just buy that fleet using my influence that I had built up over the last couple turns, and that will be a nice defensive defensive fleet for that colony against any Riftborn or Unfallen invasions that they might want to throw at me before I'm really ready for them. Okay. Alrighty, alright. So this is our exploration fleet, here to do exactly that. Explore. It shall be called Enterprise. Fleet Enterprise. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with that. Yes, these guys are still pretty scary. So they have a single Wraith here, so we're just going to fight it with our big ship. Or our big fleet, I should say, because it's really not even a little bit of a threat. Okay, and now we can start our invasion. And we're just going to... Actually, we can probably just beat them. Just straight up. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we're doing a lot of damage to them. Alright, and this is going not as well as I hoped, because these guys don't have any manpower. Alright, so we're going to just jump down here, grab up some Actually, we're going to jump over here, grab up some manpower from after taking out these guys, and then we can go back to our mischievous ways. And then I'll probably switch Petra out with our new Guardian guy and let her get some experience from colonies. Because, as everyone knows, you get more experience on how to wage wars when you're governing colonies instead of actually waging wars. All right. I'm going to have to get out of the habit of clicking around to all of my places when I can now just do them from that screen, which is awesome. Okay, so we got spin projects and wow, I didn't even think about the titanium, but I really just kind of gauged that one really well. Ended up with 4. That was lucky. Oh, and by lucky, I mean skill, of course. Okay, so I think that's it. Was that the only one? It was. Yeah, the really awesome thing right now is that I'm getting 2,000 influence per turn, which is really, really, really nice. Nair's building the culture center, so that's going to be a nice big bubble. Start putting some pressure on these guys over here. Just continuing with our ground assault, slowly whittling them down while not losing too many of our own guys. I think we can put these guys all back together again and continue to just do this until they decide to switch strategies to something equally as counterable. Well, nothing's more counterable than just going all lasers, or all beams, I should say. All right, and which one's this? Yeah, these guys are really good fleet commanders. So I don't know. I should probably do that. Are these guys all beams? They are. God, this is just so stupid. This is why I don't value. If anything can work against AIs, I can barely place any value on it. Because look at that. I mean, I was even stupid. I didn't even do the actual strategy that's smart. And I still destroyed their vastly more powerful fleet. Pretty dumb. Pretty dumb. Okay, so we're just gonna keep on killing this guy. Maybe upgrade these shields. Upgrade our shields. Maybe by, how many people do you have? 7? That sounds like a perfect time to add a Viking. Right, so while you're getting some of your manpower back, which should be all of it this turn, awesome. We can also equip you with a Viking, because we can build one almost every turn just from our influence. That's awesome. Alright, let's get this Xeno Industrial over here, and an exoplanet over there. And we don't really have any anomalies of note. Let's grab predictive and cerebral in this order. How's your happiness? You are ecstatic, so let's get this going, I think. And then these. Yeah. Alright, continuing on with the grand mission. Ooh, wow, that's a lot of people that finished stuff this turn. Awesome. Alright, let's get some geoindustrials going. And interplanetary, these, and why not? No, I don't want to pull any more resources away from, or food away from these guys yet. So let's do that. And I think that should be good for now. And then we can start terraforming these guys. Alright, who's next? Yacel. Cell is looking pretty pretty good. Pretty good. They're ecstatic. They're doing all the stuff they need to be doing. Let's have them grab this just in case. And why don't we have them start pumping out some of these guys. Next, Rhea. Got a whole bunch of room to grow, which is great. What does Shattered Crust do? It gives me -1 industry and -10 happiness. That's actually probably worth fixing, just in the short term. And then AI network's going to be wonderful. Okay, next, Ilarion. Okay, we can get some. You are happy. So let's get one of these and one of these. And might as well grab these as well. And I usually like doing the base science before getting the percentage science upgrade for these smaller places, because you just get more faster. All right, so we have this Arctic. Let's grab one of these, but we don't really need to use that yet. Let's stay on the good places for as long as possible. And 190, so plus 30%, 25%. That's going to be plus 50. These guys are going to get plus 30, plus 54 right now. Yeah, so that's going to be better in the short run. And this is actually more important. With all of our uses for influence, it's actually probably the Empire's most valuable resource. Because if you can think of it, influence as both dust and science and all of the things that influence normally is. It's really strong. Like the ability to buy out things with influence is a really, really, really good ability. And it should totally be focused and utilized as much as possible. The only thing I wish it had that it doesn't right now is the ability to use it as a win condition or kind of like an offensive condition. And if you've watched the other streams in this series, I advise putting it kind of like a thinkers and tinkers type thing, where you can, where all of your systems get a flat bonus influence per turn based on the number of systems you have. And I think that would be really, really, really cool. Because then all of your systems, even the brand new ones, would start pumping out influence and expanding their influence radii very quickly. And that could be really neat. Alright, so let's get these guys some happiness resources in. Like this. Ooh, what's their upgrade? What upgrades did they do? Dust and dusting capacity. Oh, they use dark shitter. Stupid dark shitter. Even the AI falls for that shit. They have 2 luxuries. So let's grab this one then. Alright. But decisive victories. Those are the type of victories that I approve of. Right, let's upgrade these guys. I'm not getting any more people. So let's just start the siege as soon as possible, please. Thank you. Alright, and then Petra, you should have all of your 91 tanks. So let's head over here and start that siege. And then I think I'm going to pull Petra, because I don't think she's going to be needed anymore. For this battle at least. You don't really have anything good to get right now, do you? Industry or steriles? That's terrible at this point in the game. Damage on ship. Manpower capacity. I guess we can just grab some happiness. Ugh. That's not very good. Alright. You've done stuff. Capacity. Sterilon system. Aha! The refill rate. That's what I was looking for. It is the Guardians. So this allows him to uh Ooh, what's D&D green text? That's something I've never heard of. I am an avid and longtime D&D player. I think James and I had our first campaign with our cousin, I think when I was 6, maybe a little bit later, maybe I was 8, I don't quite remember. But it's where I basically learned like fundamental math skills was from D&D. So please tell me what D&D green text is. That would be awesome. And on a second note, I'm glad you're enjoying it. I mean, I was gonna play anyways. Might as well broadcast it to you guys, right? Nice. Yeah, they are. It can get pretty hilarious sometimes. I love it. It's one of the reasons I really like D&D, is how goofy and ridiculous it can get. Excuse me. Okay. And let's see who needs our attention. Polaris. Let's get that subterranean thing. And you definitely need the science stuff. And definitely need AI labor. In fact, let's get AI labor right quick. And then this thing as well. So, what's your favorite story from the D&D green text right now? Tell me a good one. All right, let's see how our trade routes are doing. Get to Astaire, and we want it to go up to Renas, which will be done in a couple turns. Cool. Alrighty. Yeah, I probably should have gone in and backfilled all of these places a long time ago. Um, but that's okay. Again, this is just a casual session. Woohoo! I got the colony. I'm just gonna ignore that. Ooh, that's a lot of ships you guys got there. And they're all still beams. God damn it. All right, just get back to me. All right, so we can just power the shields and kill them before they get to us. Oh, or you can just run away. Ooh, it looks like they might be switching back to missiles. So it's at least something. There we go. It's a little bit better. All right, let's drop our invasion down. And it's mine. Cool. All right, Petra, you've officially served your purpose. Let's get you onto some planets and get you some experience. Perfect. A decisive victory. Looks like these couple ships are headed over here, so we'll just go like this. All right, and let's just grab some of these. Let's grab this ocean and get xeno-industrial and interplanetary. All right. So we're definitely gonna need these. All right, sounds good. I'll definitely check it out after this. It sounds like you can't really afford to miss something like that. We got 2 signals over here. That should be cool. And we already got all the food resources, so let's grab AI labor after this. Alright, let's get this. Common curse of 300 ones. That sounds amazing. I don't know what it is, but it sounds amazing. I mean, if you're reading the D&D green text and you're reading that kind of stuff, you've obviously watched the super old 8-bit video about the guys playing the D&D campaign who are just like, I want to cast a spell. What do you want to cast a spell for? There's no one to attack. I attack the darkness. And if you haven't seen that, you are 100% missing out because it's amazing. I'll try and find a link later. I mean, you can probably just Google magic missile and magic missile attack the darkness. Yep. All right, I'm finding this link for you because if you haven't seen this, you must watch right now. I'm posting it in here. All right, if you haven't watched that, watch it because it's amazing. Yep, that's the one. With the void. All right. All right, all right, all right. Sword. Come over here and aid in this defense. Alright, so I'm getting that next turn. How are these guys up here doing? Ooh, found another Unfallen. You guys like stuff, so let's grab this and then that. There's column 3. A stair. Stair could use colony 3s. All right. Who else needs assistance? No one. Awesome. I haven't watched that in a really long time. But it is constantly being quoted with my friends and family. It's just, I want to cast magic missile. Oh, good times, good times. I haven't played D&D in way too long. So I'm still trying to figure out how I want to win this game. I haven't quite decided the best way to do so. I mean, I'm pretty much in a huge power position. Like I own a third of the galaxy, so I probably got to be pretty close to conquest. Yeah, I just need 15 more places for conquest. I have the best score. No one's built any wonders. I own 3 capitals, so I mean, I'll probably get the conquest victory. Just, it's going pretty slow, and I guess I could accelerate that by continuing to colonize very quickly, um, which is probably a good idea. Speaking of colonizing. Yeah, I know, right? If you haven't, oh my God, all of that video, my family, my brother and I specifically have been quoting for years, years and years and years and years, and it's wonderful. Oh, God, I've had so much fun with that thing. I remember, I mean, I've even showed it to friends who don't play D&D, and D, and they think it's fucking hilarious. So you know that that's what it means. It's got some broad appeal. If people who don't even play D&D or understand anything about what D&D is find that funny, you know it's good. All right. Ooh, that place might be really nice. Let's grab it. Chunk, chunk. All right. We got another contender. Ooh, and I finished my 20 CP. Damn it, these guys all went to short as well. Short, short. No, those guys are missiles. Okay, but they're strong, scary guys are all short range. So we're just going to do that. And abandon this one. And decisive victory, took 0 damage. Hooray for AIs! Stupid. Alright, we got 90 people, so let's just go drop down an invasion on these guys. They're probably going to have a billion people because they're fucking Unfallen, and Unfallen are broken as hell in every possible way, of course. So we're just going to continue dropping people down. We should actually probably build a couple buses over here to continue this campaign. We're just going to go chunk, chunk, chunk. And that will give us really all the manpower we could ever need. Let's grab, what do we think? 497 or 72. How much food do we have? Let's get this one. Yeah, I think that will be best. All right, you guys back up to 9. I love it. Explore everything. That's how I'm going to discover the explore the galaxy, is just run over there, send out probes to literally everything, and then move on. All right, you guys are unhappy. Is that because I conquered you? No, it's mostly from overcolonization. All right, that means I need to... Oh, I'm already doing it. Good job, me. I'm smart. I need to join alliance, join and create alliances. Ooh, all of my spin projects got upgraded. Yet all of my empires went down. That's probably because a bunch of people are dissatisfied. Yes, so let's declare some wars, shall we? You, Cravers. I declare war on you for no reason.
Your declaration.
Who else can I declare war on for no reason? You, Unfallen. I declare war on you. Because this mechanic is stupid.
Your action.
Alright, are we back up to loyal? We are. Hooray! And our output is back up to kind of where we expected it to be. Alright, and we still got a whole lot of unhappy places. Or just content places. We want everyone to be ecstatic, producing the maximum amount of influence. So let's see if there's any more. I want to find... Oh, I already killed them. I'm about to find the pink cravers over here, who I can also declare war on. I'm not declaring war on the Lumeris because they're kind of right here, and I'm not very well defended. But I'll declare a war on them eventually. Once I finish my war with the Riftborn, which will be soon, they're next. All right. I think I'm going to grab a couple buses over here as well. Why did that just go down by 2,000? That's interesting. Maybe when you ignore it, it automatic. I don't know. I have no idea why that just went down by 2,000, but it definitely did. I have it on record. The only thing I can possibly think of is that forced treaty was like, even though I ignored it, it just, me ignoring it assumed that I was denying it, and therefore it felt like I could just take it away anyways. I have no idea. That mechanic is really dumb though. Yes, let's grab these 3 buses. And there we go, Petra, leveling up. Love it. Okay, and got another place, which was Ronas. Which was this place, which looks really, really bad. Why did I get this place? The world may never know. Probably just for shits and giggles, basically. Alright, I mean, I can't even build anything good on here. Farms, I guess? And then these? I don't know. Let's do that. Alright, you sell. You're doing well. Ha, we got level 3 on someone. Who did I decide level 3? Needed a level 3 improvement. Was it these guys? No. Was it these guys? Yes. So let's bump this stuff up. Those guys definitely need one. Oh wait, it was Groose, wasn't it? Yeah, this place can actually really use one. That will make them grow super fast. That's really what we want. And then we can grab this stuff from them. Alright, are these fully loaded buses? They are, with their 15,000 people each. Let's grab a couple of tugs for them. And they can be on their merry ways. Unknown Empire. Okay, well, let's hope my one rogue can kill these guys. Alright, my shields are awesome. Alright, and I got the pirate laser. Sweet. Alright. You started this war on Fallen. This is your own damn fault. Ugh. Yes, that's right, you run. Alright, so let's see how many people they have. They have 1550 compared to my 90. I wish I could have a direct comparison. Can't invade system while enemy fleets defend it. Uh-huh. Well, that's certainly interesting. Alright. Whatever you say, game. No anomalies at all. Not very happy though. Let's grab those two. Next. And you guys pretty much have it all made, don't you? I guess let's start terraforming. 2 deserts. Is this place done yet? It is! Hooray! And now we can do this. And wait 1 turn to buy it. Alright. Happy face. Oh, I'm getting so much dark glitter every turn. And let's get rid of 100 of this. Let's get these resources up to snuff. What are these trade companies? Yeah, they're not doing too great. Turn 97, I only have 3 and they're not very high level. That's real bad. James would be disgusted. Disgusted. Oh, what was it? Oh, yes. People that needed my attention. You guys are ecstatic. You really got everything you need. Sure, why the hell not? Let's start building up a defense force. So let's grab, so that's going to be 6. And where are my shields? There you are. 6, 9, 12, and 2, and 1 tug. So that'll be 13. So that'll be a pretty nice defense force. Plus these guys, that's 16. Alright, Cravers, get out of here. Stupid pupa. You're not welcome here. Yeah, so I think 16 or so CP of really good ships should be able to defend Bastel from pretty much anything that they're going to try and throw at me. Alright, so you guys are content because of mostly overcolonization. By the way, I'm wondering if I'm getting the minus... Yes, the minus 20 from Guardians because I'm at war with Unfallen. Super annoying. Alright, so stupid Guardian, I hate you. Your mechanics are broken and unnecessary to this game. Alright. Who else needs me? A Libra. Libra. Let's get some AI labor going on. And happiness. We give me +5 happiness. Not the worst thing in the world. And then let's grab some more colony ships. I think I'm going to put one in Rassam. Yeah, let's put one in Rassam. And how's Aquarius? Arctic gas. That's pretty garbage. Iran. God damn it. I hate you, Riftborn, so much. Just go away. Alright. So now I can drop my troops on them. And do some of this nonsense. And then these guys can pop over here. And basically, they can switch places to intercept incoming ships. And eventually, I'll be able to just fight them all at one spot. Alright, and I think that should be the turn. Ooh, pink Cravers are not doing very well, which is surprising. Are they getting destroyed by the Unfallen? No. I guess everyone in this game is just doing absolute garbage. It's kind of surprising to me, actually. Usually, at least you have one system or one civilization that's doing decently. Hello, Craver man. I refuse.
What do you tell us?
Go away.
Speak your mind.
I must declare war on you for happiness purposes. Alrighty. So, Battle of Gestrad. Power to the shields. Oh, I left people in. No, they should be fine. Everything should be dead. Yep. Alright, so I don't really know where that other fleet went, which is annoying. It's probably running around somewhere for no reason. Let's go down to Kamos. No, let's just head back up here. Oh, no, they're already there. They're just super slow. Alright, well, we'll find out. Whoops, that was me being impatient and stupid and not really paying attention. Alright, hello Tug. Run over here. Start the invasion. Throw your hats at it. Yeah, so these guys, these buses, just bring so many people, like 4,500 people each. I can just start an invasion, and even though it's against their absolutely H for highlights, got it. Even though they have just an insane number of people, I can just throw my face against it and relentlessly bash my head against them with no purpose other than to just hopefully kill them eventually, and I'll end up being okay. Alright, I got another law slot, so I'm actually going to grab Barrage Fire because my lasers can really take advantage of both Get Lucky and Barrage Fire. It's a pretty good effect. Awesome, Petra's gaining more skill points, which means we're going to be getting more damage here and then more damage there. All good things. Other thing that I wanted to start doing since I'm doing these streams and then posting the videos to YouTube, I'm going to start reading the questions out loud and then answering them so that people who are watching the videos after watching the streams actually know what the hell I'm talking about half the time. So what I'm talking about when I say H for highlights is what the chat and I are talking about a goofy D&D Reddit called D&D Green Text. So if you're wondering, check it out. Apparently H for highlights, spelled HILIGHTS, is apparently pretty awesome. So if you're interested, definitely give that one some of your time. I know that's exactly what I'm going to be doing after this stream is over. It sounds pretty awesome. All right. Oh, okay. What do we got here? We got a new colonized ash planet, which needs some geo-industrial plants. And so these guys are pretty set on everything too. So let's grab those and then they can start pumping out some ships. And that is when we'll declare war on those guys because screw them. Oh, damn, I forgot to buy my trade company. That's going to cost me a little bit. Yeah, 2.4k influence per turn. I love it. That is the way that this is supposed to work. Yes, I'm going to grab that. Got Kai and Gestrad. We can just continue our guerrilla war. And we're going to buy this. I am surprised. Ooh. Kionia. I don't think I've ever seen that planet before. It's one of the new uniques. Ooh, it's the new influence unique on an atoll. I want that real bad. 8 people? Damn. It's 120 influence just from that planet. That's incredible. Alright, we're going to go over into Craver space because running along these vines is just way too damn slow. It was a little while ago. I know Vale was the new Terran planet, and I forget what the other one was called. I guess it might have been that one. So yeah, there are a couple new unique planets, but they're not like super recent. They're still relatively old. I don't think I've ever seen that specific one. So don't be too concerned. You probably didn't miss a whole patch. No, I think it was just that one. I just haven't run into that one, that specific planet. Um, all right. Let's send you on over here. What's this? A shadow. Yeah, I had never seen it either. We're talking about Teonia and if there was a new patch for new unique planets, and I don't think there was one. I think this is just one of the semi-new ones, but from a couple patches ago. I just have never seen it. So you need that, and oh god, this place is so terrible except for this place. So I guess we should just terraform the shit out of it until we can get more people. All right. And is that pupa? It is finally going to die. Get out of here, cravers. Oop, my chair's being annoying. Ow. Stop trying to colonize shit. You limey bastards. Alright, they did officially switch over to missiles. Cool. That means they actually might have some relevance in this game. Kind of doubt it, but still kind of cool. Alright, let's just get lucky and just destroy them. Or they can just run away. Alright, so we're just going to jump over here. These guys are going to destroy that and keep the blockade going. Okay. I might just go up and take these two places just to eliminate the Riftborn because they're being really annoying. And although I like keeping civs alive because of the stupid Jingoist Bill mechanic in order to get that bonus happiness, it's just such a hassle. And in games against the AI, I'm not sure if it's 100% necessary to really go that hardcore against AIs. I discount them a lot. I discount AIs very heavily because I think they're stupid. And they're not really worthy of my absolute attention the way that James is. So yeah. Cool, we're killing stuff. I like killing stuff. Who needs my help? Dekai, my new place. Alright. Microfactories, that place is pretty good. Let's get this for you guys, and we'll see what that is. Alright. Oh, I should probably just send my bus back to pick up more people. Because, yeah, I get so many people every turn. So this is what I'm talking about by my manpower. I guess I was talking about it a long time ago. Grabbing a whole bunch of manpower. And, that is miserable. Although I really like Unfallen heroes for the Empire specifically because of these two traits. The plus influence per hero level, so it becomes plus 20 base and then plus 40 per hero level, and then so you can just kind of plop them on a new system and it will grow at least reasonably quickly, and then as that system starts growing, you eventually get plus 8 influence per person on that system as well. So with these two abilities, Unfallen are actually the best at generating influence of all heroes. I would prefer to have an overseer, like an unfallen overseer, so that he also gains these benefits and then this one as well. But it's not the end of the world to have one. What about Horatio? I think they're like all luxury resource deposits? Yeah. And they don't really have anything that I care about. Okay, so we're going to grab this unfallen guy. And he's going to be my influence generator. We're just going to keep slowly whittling them away. All right, so we got some guys here. Let's do one of each of these. I know, isn't it? It's super weird. Like stupid space trees. It's like they can't have weaknesses. That would be insane. We must give them tons of global happiness and influence, plus base influence on all of their places that have guardians. And we must give them bonus influence on their heroes because that's the hardest thing to build. Giving them anything less would be nonsense. Ugh, fucking Unfallen. I mean, I guess it's okay to have a race designed for absolute beginners, like to get them kind of into relevance quickly, or quicker, I should say. Like I know we were playing with our friend Irka, who's, when she hears this, is going to hate me. But when she was just starting out, she loved the Unfallen because it got past a lot of the intricate parts of this game, like having to do outpost balancing and food balancing, and then they just build up a good snowball really no matter what because of their built-in mechanics so they're really good for new players. And then she transitioned into Riftborn and actually is really a good Riftborn player. So Irka, if you're watching this, you're awesome. And I definitely enjoy playing with you. So so hopefully we can so hopefully I still think they should nerf space trees a little bit because I wish they would nerf Unfallen a little bit because they are indeed overpowered. And I'd like to play them eventually. Like they seem kind of cool, but they're just not fun right now because none of your choices actually matter. You can do pretty much whatever you want as Unfallen, and you'll always be fine. With every other race, your choices have consequences. Like my favorite example is the Cravers. The Cravers, every choice you make probably has one of the heaviest impacts on the game or your place in the game uh, as any other race, and that's because of planet depletion. And if you make the wrong choice and distribute your population incorrectly or inadvertently deplete a whole bunch of your planets, you can actually just lose the game. Your economy will eventually just crumble so hard that you'll never be able to recover. And that's huge and awesome, and I actually really like it. I like that mechanic about them, and that's why I find Cravers fun. Yeah. And so we're basically making fun of the Unfallen right now. They're so broken, it's hilarious to me. When I got into a discussion, I will not call it an argument because it was a discussion with someone claiming that the Unfallen needed to be buffed because their vine ships were too vulnerable. And it was so hard to take this argument seriously because the Unfallen are so broken. Like, they have no weaknesses. So yes, their vine ships are vulnerable in the early game, but you can also produce ships better and faster. And even if your ship dies, even if your first vine ship dies, you're still fine because you can just have one planet that will have 20 people pretty soon anyways, and it just doesn't matter. Ugh, stupid. Stupid Unfallen. Alright, we're going to grab this guy over here actually to get that wonder experience, because I want to be this is where I want my influence place to be. And so hopefully I can get Nair to be really big, and kind of just like, if I can get Nair to like be over here, that would be pretty cool. Yeah. Also, yeah, Unfallen are broken in a very similar way to the way that that Void Yani are broken, just to a hilarious point, where it's like the devs didn't even playtest, or playtested and are consciously making the decision to make them unbalanced, which I find very strange. Like it's a weird decision to me to make that type of choice if that's what they indeed decided to do. But I mean, it's their game; they can do whatever the hell they want. It's just surprising to me. All right. Edenization. I love you. Let's grab some more food from you guys as well. Yeah. Okay, I think that should be everyone. Yep. Let's go. Alright, so we're definitely militarists. You can't really help that. But let's try and keep scientists, keep that extra speed and keep Petra on. Hello. Thank you. Alright, so we did get scientists and militarists, which is totally fine with me. I mean, that's basically how I play this game. Alright. So, now we gotta kill all of these stupid, super weak Void Yani ships, which is annoying. Alright, Gistrad, you had a whole bunch more people show up, didn't you? Yep. Alright, allow me to kill all of your people before you get here. Hooray! Hooray! Yeah, so got some more levels. Yay, Petra leveled up again. Awesome. And who else leveled up? Dimitri, also cool, I guess. Just in case I ever need you to go to war, let's grab you these. And you, nice. Let's get that sweet, sweet influence rolling. What level are you? 8. Cool, so that's going to give us about 40 influence here. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Get that culture center rocking. And so what I'm also going to do here is do Zelevos Incarnate, which allows you to increase your influence and dust per, dust and industry per influence. So in this place that I'm going to be focusing my influence super hard, it'll be really nice to have him all buffed up. Or building those influence things also buffing my things, my industry and dust production. And even though we're going for influence, I can totally take two influence over 2 science is totally more valuable to me per person. All right. No, what are you guys doing? There we go. All right, so now we're just gonna have to burn through a couple of these battles because they spawn these guys at turn 100 and they are just insanely weak, and they just stack up all on top of each other. So let's just get through it. They have no chance in ever defeating me, even though I only have really 2 ships at the moment. Yeah, I'm gonna start a game. Irka is asking if I want to play a little bit since my brother is out of town in Ukraine for the weekend. And I think what we're gonna do is try out the new patch, see what, uh, see how it plays, basically. And because I am actually pretty concerned with the way that the happiness is going to impact cravers. And I think I've said this before that I think cravers with that patch, with specifically those changes that they made, are unplayable at the moment because they don't have that mid-game happiness bridge and are going to deplete all of their planets before the late game and are just going to die out, basically. So right now I think they're relegated to be a early and mid-game nuisance with no actual chance of ever winning a large multi-person game, which is really too bad. Um, I don't know. Seems totally preventable to me, but it just hasn't happened yet. So I did give them my suggestion, which was to change it to only you get happiness based on the number of empires you own, and I got some almost immediate feedback that one of the devs really liked that idea and that he was going to try and implement it for the next build, which would be awesome. Um, yeah, maybe I'm overreacting. I really don't think so, but it's certainly possible. Oh, god damn it. He's coming to settle here again, isn't he? Fucker. Yeah, I've heard that as well. That the so Irka, our Riftborn player, was saying that she tried to do just a Riftborn game, and in the mid game, like all of her places were angry, simply because of that happiness mechanic. They don't want to separate the those happiness mechanics from like so they want to do it per population, but not based on the population that it's affecting. And what I mean by that is like only Riftborn. So we have this savannah right here. And so these Riftborn populations should be, in my opinion, generating negative happiness because they are Riftborn on a non-sterile planet. But if you have these Riftborn and I move them over to the toxic, then they should be generating happiness because they like the sterile planets better. And that makes sense, and the changes that they made make sense for all the organic races. Like, oh, all of your dudes love fertile planets. Great, have them get plus to happiness on fertile planets or whatever. Um, yeah, but I think when you're playing Riftborn and all of a sudden all of your organic races suddenly hate organic planets or fertile planets, I think that's stupid. I don't know why that they would make that change, honestly. It makes no sense to me at all. And I wish they would. I wish they would do it. The reason that they said that they didn't want to do that is because it would make faction customization more complicated. And I'm like, I'm fine with that. Just get rid of faction customization. It's stupid anyways. Okay, so let's grab this and that. Yeah, the mod is definitely for testing stuff, and I'm glad that they're doing it that way instead of just rolling it out on patches, because now it really feels like they're looking for more input from the community consistently. And as a community member who likes to give lots of feedback and has a whole lot of thoughts about the game in general, and a lot of things that I feel like I can personally add to the way that this game is being developed, it's really nice to have your views valued like that. So definitely props to the Amplitude guys. I am definitely still confused by some of their choices. Like a lot of the things that I've been suggesting seem really obvious to me, and I'm very surprised that they're not in the game already. And it might be because they're hard to program or, something like that, something that's outside my expertise, but some of them just surprise me. Like, really good examples of this are the Void Yanni and the Unfallen. Like, come on, guys. You can do better than that. We know that you guys know your game. So at least try to make it balanced. Okay. Yeah. So I'm interested to play around with the patch as well. As I said, I haven't touched it. Ooh, we can do an experiment. So everyone, look to see if my influence goes down by 3,100, since I'm just ignoring that. And
It's
if
an
my influence,
offer you
yeah, I
can't
figured that was going to happen. I refuse. And so if this goes down by 3,000 this turn, then we'll know that that's what's going on. All right, how strong are you? 1,800, 1,900. Okay, I think you've made a bit of an error, Lumeris. Thought you could get something easy, but also you're stupid. Yeah, after playing our super intense PvP match, I have honestly just like running through games like this against just AIs feels so much less interesting now that that the challenge is pretty much gone to just wail on these guys. Um, so the way that the patch works, so we're talking about the Riftborn happiness. So the way that the patch works is for Riftborn, um, they get all of the normal happiness, the normal happiness strata that they described, but then they also get plus 10 happiness per person on sterols, I think. Yeah, I think it's plus 10 happiness on sterile per person on sterols and minus 10 happiness per person on fertiles. So your sterile planets actually end up giving you a net plus 2 happiness, but your fertile planets give you a minus 10 happiness per person. And since you can have so many more people on fertile planets than you can have on sterile planets, and sometimes, oftentimes you really don't want to get rid of your nice fertile planets because having more population is better than just having like an ash planet. So having 4 people on my ash planet actually produce fewer FIDs than these 8 people on this tundra planet. Like, more people is better than less people on these type of planets, especially with Riftborn, who their individual populations actually produce so many FIDs. Yeah, and I mean, if they inverted the Riftborn population limits, so like they could have 10 people um, on a huge lava or something, then I think it could make sense. But with the mechanics that they have right now, I just don't think they thought about the Riftborn when making those changes because they don't make sense. They don't make sense and they don't work. So that's my couple of cents as far as that's concerned. They don't make sense and there's not good changes. Um, or a lot of them aren't good. I like all of the law changes except for the us or them, which is just kind of stupid. And uh, other than that, though, I think it's definitely an interesting patch. It's definitely going to shake things up. Doesn't even come close to addressing the central issues with their game, which is concerning to me. It's like they don't actually see what's wrong with what they're doing. Um, So that's super concerning to me that they're looking to patch and change and fix the super minor issues and maybe are oblivious to the more major ones is definitely concerning to me. But we'll have to just wait and see basically what they do. All right, is Gistrad finally mine? No. They're holding out. So you guys just hang there, I guess. Got my sword and my tug. We got my patrol. Awesome. Let's grab some of these curiosities. Alright, did I get a new trade route? It looks like I did. Oh no, that was just me being blockaded. Damn. Sneaky bastards. Alright. But I have a whole bunch of money now, so that's good. Yeah, I'm assuming that that statement on an unrelated note, look at the 3 factions that are broken, is going to be followed up by something. So if I haven't addressed it, it's because I'm waiting for your next post to expand on that point. I think I know, I have a kind of a good idea of what you're going to say, and I think I'm going to agree with you, but I'm going to let you make it anyways. So they totally don't need that. They need more food. Dust. And yeah, labor. Let's keep terraforming. Get some AI labor in here. Switch these around. Alright. Most of my places are pretty happy. Cool. That stuff is that stuff. Anyone else need my attention? Yes. Okay, what do you guys need? You guys need some more food, but I don't have any more hydromel. So let's... You're just happy as well. Alright, so let's build that, that, and that. Next. God trees, suicidal clone. Suicidal clone faction? Oh yeah, got it. Yeah. Horatio are not broken because they're too strong. They're broken because they are just hilariously weak. So the 3 factions that are broken are God Trees, Suicidal Clone faction, which is the Horatio, and Space Vampires, which are the Voyani. God Trees because Unfallen are just insanely good. Horatio because they're insanely weak, and Voidiani because they're just swingy as hell and then have a built-in mechanic where you can get a super carrier on turn like 10. What were you thinking? I do not know. I know that I do not know. Alright. Yeah, how are you doing? You're doing pretty awesome. Getting this microwave pipes that I bought for you. You're welcome. You're welcome. I know, man. I rant every time the topic gets broached. I always catch myself going on just stupid rants like, why don't they do these things? They seem so obvious. What the hell are they doing? Just it is very effective way to make myself angry. All right, so we are growing here, and they're happy. Awesome. Let's grab this and some of these things. Cool. Definitely not this first. Okay, and next, Rhea. Rhea, you need to keep colonizing and doing this. That growth per planet. Love it. And you're gonna need one of these as well. And let's also grab Patriot Pills, because more manpower, more better. And I think that was it. Cool. Yeah, so I actually run most of my turns through these kind of pop-ups. So I just kind of do the things that I know that I want to do, and then I just look at what needs to be done, like ships that are idle, colonies that are idle, and I think that's one of the ways that, one of the reasons that I can go through my turns so much faster than, say, James, is that when I watch his play, and I was watching it relatively recently, and he doesn't use those systems. And that's really surprising to me, that he tries to go through and find all of the places individually that don't have a system or industry project going on. And that's just so time consuming. It's a whole lot of looking around and clicking buttons and that type of thing, when you can just have the game tell you for free instantly every single time. And yeah, so I think I'm going to bring that up to him, so to hopefully accelerate our games a little bit. Yeah, so no, I don't want to. Do I want? Yeah, you guys can do that. Why not? Why not? Let's get some AI labor in here as well. Because this place is pretty awesome. Oh, Thinkers and Tinkers, giving me 100 industry on all my planets. Gotta love it. I'm gonna get this guy. I'm actually gonna go to a Boreal for that, because science is good. Let's grab one of these as well. And this and this. And the only way to get to Boreal, if you're wondering why that choice mattered, is the only way to get to Boreal is through snow. So you have to go to snow first, and then you can get to Boreal. Alright, who is not doing anything? You guys are not doing anything. Let's fight these guys. Yeah, fight them. Kill them. Stuff. Yeah.
Our purpose is to kill. You, though, will suffer as well.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that one. So what was said was that one guy was sad every time he reads the patch notes, and the big problems with the three major factions aren't changed, and that makes him sad. And another guy was saying, that's true, but maybe with time things will get better and better. That if we're just patient with the devs, that hopefully they'll figure things out. And I think I empathize with both points. That I completely agree that every time I see the patch notes and the core issues, the core problems with the game that I see are not even addressed, they're not even attempting to touch them, is really concerning to me, especially with the amount of time and focus and that has to go into the consideration for their other changes that they made. It's definitely concerning to me. Um, but what can we do? We're players, they're the devs. So all we can hope is that we tell them what we want or what we think should be done, and hopefully they'll be listening, and they'll try to do it for one of these patches. Who knows when they'll actually get around to it. I know just from my minor programming experience, actually doing things is much harder than wanting to do things. That every feature takes time, and a lot of time. And when you're building a game on the scale of Endless Space, you know, sometimes you just don't have time to get around to fix all of the big issues, no matter how much you might want to. So I give these guys a lot of credit. I think they're definitely working hard, definitely trying to put out the best game that they can, and I don't think it's willful disregard for their game, but maybe they're just trying to give it some time and figure out the best way to do it. The G2G forums have really been good. Yeah, like I've posted multiple times in the G2G forums, and I think I've gotten a response from the devs, or at least like a comment from them every single time, or at least most of the time. I can't remember exactly, but they're definitely on there and they're definitely listening. So if you have something that you really want to share and some idea that you think is really credible and good and really you think can help with the game, post up. Start a discussion about it. See see what other people think because the devs are always listening, which is really good. I give them 100% approval for that. That's one of the things I like about this game so much is that I really do feel like I am having a meaningful contribution to the game, which is fun. Like something I've never really experienced before as a player, which is pretty cool. Let's see. So Artemis needs something. What does Artemis need? Artemis need geo-industrial plants. And what else does Artemis need? Predictive logics, cerebral reality, and maybe some. Then one of these, and then this. Okay. And Artemis will be pretty awesome. Nair, how you doing? That 500 influence feels pretty good. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yeah, I really want to get that guy up to a couple more levels, and then you get plus 8 influence per person. That'd be a plus 160 influence. It's crazy. Yeah, I think that's really the way these type of games and really just games in general are moving, which is really encouraging to me. That the devs and I mean all devs are including their players more and more and more into the actual development of the game. And this trend has started really with the advent of early access, that people can get in and help them play the game, and the devs just have to be open and willing to listen to their players, which these devs obviously are. So hopefully that's not only a trend for this game, but a trend for games in general, which would be wonderful. Let's see, so these guys are all still pretty much short focused. Again, if you guys want an insight in what it's like to be a game developer or the things that good game developers think about, I cannot suggest enough the YouTube channel called Extra Credits. They do a absolutely wonderful job in explaining and talking about all of these interesting topics for us gamers, and they give a whole lot of insight into what it's like to be a developer and what do good developers think about and all that kind of stuff. So if you guys are interested in the topic, cannot suggest Extra Credits highly enough. You'll definitely enjoy it, and I guarantee you'll start looking at games differently. I know I have. Alright, what are these guys up to? Mostly short still. Slowly changing. Yep, so mostly short. No one in one. Perfect. Hairkan. That's kind of cool. But you're all dead still. Alright, and the bus is going to come back with a whole bunch of people. Let's check out my max. So yeah, I have a max of 12,000 manpower right now, which is pretty good. It's a couple buses I can have active all over the map. Alright, and we're just going to keep barrage firing them to death. Yay. Alright, who else needs my advice? You're just hanging out. You guys are waiting on that tug. Bus. You are here with a whole boatload of new people. 216 tanks. Very good. And you guys are killing that thing. And okay. So Rassam is the only one who needs my advice, because wow, they finished super fast. Maybe I've just been playing for a long time. One of the two. So let's grab the Super Tax Act. And actually, this is not important yet. Let's grab this, and that, and then that, and then maybe Super Tax Act. Okay. And that's that turn. So the reason I keep calling this game pretty slow is that at this point, I think in the last time I tried the UE, I think I was winning from a 53. So the conquest victory in this one is 46. For some reason, I was playing on a 53. It had a. I'm trying to show these people something. Go away. So right now it's 43. I promise. There we go. 46. And the one I was playing in had 53 for some reason. And so I got 53 colonies in 107 turns. And so that's why I'm just saying this one's a little bit slow. Yeah, definitely. I'm also an engineer, and I can totally understand how. Nope, no alliances. I was playing UE again. It actually said 57 from the beginning. Uh, Again, I have no idea why. But yeah, I'm also an engineer, and I 100% get how people saying like, "Oh, just do this" is just infuriating because everything is always more complicated than just doing something. Yeah, definitely strange. I was confused by it. Nope. It was the exact. I did not change any settings from this game to that game. It was. I opened it up and I was like, I should try a conquest victory. Why is it 53? That's weird. I can even pull up the save after, if you guys want, and I can show you. Let's be a little bit careful here and not do anything stupid. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I just no idea. I thought that the conquest victory was determined by like the general settings, like size and density, but maybe not. Maybe it's actually just some more complicated system that I honestly don't know. Yeah, the really good thing about this game is that I'm producing so much influence per turn. It also might have been type of galaxy. I think I was playing in one of those like hourglass ones where there's like half the galaxy up here and then it thins down and then there's another big bulb down here. So maybe. No idea. All right, what do I want to do? I think I want to just build a shitload of ships here. So I'm gonna get this first. And then I'm just gonna build like chunk. chunk. And 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, and this. I think I'm just going to buy all of these. Using my insane amount of influence. Oh my god, can I buy literally all of these? Holy crap. That's awesome. So that's going to be a really nice fleet. And I'm just going to send that in. Oh, I also want 1 bus. I'm just going to send that in, and the Lumeris declared war on me, so time for me to take these places, I suppose. Oh, perfect. These guys will be arriving next turn anyways. Or this turn. And I have more guys always being built around my empire. Cool. Yeah, so let's sell all of my meaningless this stuff. There was a concept proposed in the G2G forums. Yeah, concept proposed in the G2G forums where upgrading your places, like doing these modernizations, were not a single flat cost, but had a per turn cost. So instead of, say, costing 40 Eden incense to upgrade a planet, it would cost, say, 4 Eden incense per turn per system that you upgrade. And I think that would make this much more interesting. So then it's not like saving up, using it, saving up, using it. It's you actually have to build a system around making these things sustainable. So like right now I'm getting 40 Eden incense per system, and with that, you know, just those numbers, 4 Eden incense per system, I could only have 10 systems upgraded. That would make this so much more interesting. And then if someone came in and, say, blockaded one of my trading companies, which is giving me, say, 8 in Eden incense, that would be huge. I would lose a big chunk of my ability to sustain my empire. And I think that would make this so much more interesting in pretty much every way. So I hope they institute that change. And if you are one of those guys that suggested it, you're awesome. Like, we had not thought of that, and it's a wonderful idea. So I hope that that's what they do. It would make a whole lot of counterplay and actually create kind of like a supply and demand system, and that I think this game really badly needs. Because right now, there's the fact that you can produce basically infinite luxury resources and then sell them for a whole bunch of extra gold is just stupid. Like it pretty much eliminates all potential importance or counterplay to the game, or not to the game, but to the economics of the game. And that's never a good thing. No one, not the devs, not the players, actually want that. Like, this is a game all about economies, and so once you eliminate economies from the game, then what do you have left, really? It's definitely not something that you want. And I feel that the game economy specifically in this game is suffering very badly. That there are factors that they did not flesh out very well, and that need to be addressed. And I think the luxury spamming is definitely one of them. Oh shit! I left him unassigned this whole time. Damn, he's really good too. All right, Gistrad, you are getting a new overseer. Wow, Gistrad's my best place for industry? I see why. Holy crap. This place is awesome. Nice. So let's get that and that. And no, we're not going to need that for a long time. Let's get this and this and this and that. And then let's start doing some of these. Cool. Holy crap, this place is insane. 1100. That's awesome. I approve wholeheartedly. Has insufficient manpower. What? Whatever. They'll have enough soon. Okay, who else needs my attention? Yeah, I agree that I think the reason that trade routes are so broken is I would actually take it a step further and say it is solely because of the luxury resource spamming. That if they eliminated that aspect of trade routes, then and required you to use your luxuries for something every single turn, like an upkeep bonus or an upkeep cost on modernization, then that would fix the whole trade route problem. And I sincerely hope they do that because if they did, I would no longer have a problem with trade routes. But right now, they're hugely problematic, and I'd say they're actually like really toxic to the game, like really toxic to the game. And that's never good. No one wants an aspect of the game to be that toxic. So I hope they fix it. I hope they realize their errors and are willing to admit them. Also, most importantly, yeah. Okay, this siege is super long. So we got our bus. It's gonna get more people. Let's end the turn. Yeah, like if, for example, we can go to our trade routes here, and remember I have super shitty trade routes, so this is going to be a bad example. So if I was just getting this dust and this science, and then most of these resources, like all of my, and I wouldn't even have a problem with still having a market for these, but the fact that most all of my extra Eden incense that I'm producing each turn, if this was just gone and I was able to sell, say, just these four or just the ones I wasn't using, that I would be fine with that. Because with this system, like doing this double dipping where you get this using Eden incense twice in these modernizations won't be nearly as viable. Because I would actually do it in this case like you need for a level 2 modernization, you need 2 Eden incense per turn. And then for a level 3, you need 4 Eden incense per turn. And then for level 4, you need 6 Eden incense per turn. So if you use it at all 3 stages, then you're going to need to use 12 Eden incense per planet that gets per system that gets to level 4 modernization. And that's not sustainable. So it would highly discourage this kind of duplicates unless you just have an absolutely crazy overabundance. And what it will really emphasize and incentivize you to do is differentiate things. Like if Eden incense is really important to you, like it is to me, and I want to use it everywhere, put that in your level 2 one. But then once you get to level 3, food was really important, so I wanted to do that. And maybe I wanted to also do proto orchids. So I would put that in there, and then both of these would be used up. And then once I get to level 4, I might want to do dust trees and red sang, just for example. And then once you get to that point, all of your resources are constantly being consumed, and you won't have this huge luxury resource surplus like you do now. Like because you just produce them every single turn, but only ever have to use them once in a while. And that's the real problem with the game right now. Or that is a real problem, I should say. It's not the problem. I wouldn't even call it the major problem. It's just a problem. Um, so what I'm going to try and do this game is that another thing I hate about this system is that I unlocked my level 4 modernization because these things are just good and you need them. But I am still 5 technologies away from unlocking expedition power level 4, and so I can't even get there. I can't even research or discover level 3 resources until I go through all of this shit. So I just want to see some level 3 resources and see what they do and see which ones I have before I do my level 4 modernization. just because I'm playing against AIs and I already know I'm going to win, so it doesn't actually matter. So we're just going to do those 4. And then we'll just do that and say, yay. We actually used a level 3 resource in our modernizations for the first time ever. Because, yeah, I honestly don't think I've ever actually used it. Oh, excuse me. All right, we are going to invade. And we're going to preemptively bomb. And then we're going to bring our bus back over here. I mean, I know what the luxury resources do. I've just never actually used them in a tier 4 modernization because you get them so much later than you get access to your tier 4. At least I do. Because I always want to get, these Hyperium and antimatter exploitations and maybe one other one, and then you only need 3 to unlock this system. Wait, I thought you needed 4, but apparently you only need 3 to unlock level 5 of this east tree. And I get that way before any of this stuff because this stuff here is meh at best. Like, this one's really nice, the extra warp speed, but, this one, extra terraforming, pretty decent, can take it or leave it. This one, pretty good, plus 40 science, but you're always going to be building stuff at this. There's always stuff to build at this stage. But yeah, so these are hard to getting 4 of these are hard to justify, and then having your first tier 5 technology to be the thing that only gives you curiosity power, and then in conjunction with that, waiting on your tier 4 modernization until you do all of that and you explore all of those places is just really not viable. Like, the way that it's set up now, there's really no reason to ever use tier 3 luxuries. I know they're super strong and they're super powerful, but at this point, on turn 106, the game is usually already determined. Like, if you are not in a power position already, you probably are not going to lose, or you're probably not going to win the game. And it's just about that simple. All right, so we have a bus in here, which we don't need. So let's grab this tug and give it to the bus. Grab this sword and give it to him. All right, you guys go over here. Yeah, so what I would wish they would do is instead of linking curiosity developments with these random ass texts like, why does discovering evaporation inhibitors allow you to search better curiosities? Makes no sense. Put curiosities in here, like just like they do with modernizations. Put the curiosity expedition power in your space and exploration tree. Like, why are there healing benefits and engines and whatever the hell this is? It reveals uncommon luxuries. Like, what the hell is this? Why are these not linked to actual text and just your ability to explore curiosities on this main tree? Makes 100% more sense to me than their system. So hopefully they'll do that as well. Who knows though? We can only hope. It's on my, as I mentioned before, my big list of things I would like them to change that I'm slowly going to be rolling out, because just doing a massive suggestion and observation dump is really not the most effective way to get your information to devs. My brother and I, and me in specific, think that it's going to be much more useful to be more selective and really and more helpful to kind of parse up all of that information into more chewable chunks. So if you saw my post on population thresholds, those are all of our thoughts on just population thresholds. And we'll do something like the tech tree and talk about the tech tree and that type of thing. Or maybe we'll do one about system modernizations and do just on that and then incorporate those thoughts into it, something like that. Um, that's how we're going to sparse it up. We're not just going to be like, here are our thoughts on the game and everything that we know about it and think is wrong. That's not actually all that helpful. All right. But that was my rant there. Am I still sieging Pisces? Jesus. Just die, you bastards. I have dumped so many manpower into this. Fucking trees. Oh yeah, the trees need to also have 10,000 people manpower on their systems. Why is that? Oh, they're trees. Yeah, trees are resistant. uh, Lesai. What up, J Chivato? Yeah, so James has not been getting any practice in, unfortunately. He played one Sophon's game relatively recently, I think, in the last couple weeks at least. Um, but he's been pretty crazy busy. We wanted to do it last weekend, but just life kind of got in the way. So we're hoping to do it this weekend, maybe starting it on Sunday-ish. Um, but we'll see. I think I'm reasonably ready. I would definitely not say I'm 100% ready for the game, but I'm at least reasonably ready for my second my second Civ, and yeah, it will at least be a decent game. Will not even remotely try to guarantee a good game, but I'm definitely going to do my best. What do we got here? But James, he has a pretty solid Sophon's strategy going in, and he discovered that and did that while he was making the expert guide for it. So I think he pretty much already knows what he wants to do. It's just maybe his execution might be a little lackluster when compared to, say, his Lumeris. So hopefully we'll be starting that this week. At worst, probably next week. But yeah, we'll definitely be trying to get that in and out to you guys as soon as possible because honestly, I want to play it just as bad as you guys. It seems that you guys want to see it. So, as I said before on this stream, I have been very disappointed, or not disappointed, but just kind of feeling that the AIs are so lackluster compared to the PvP games that this is truly just practice and has no actual challenge to it. That I can win every game with my hands tied behind my back, basically trying new things, being stupid, and still winning without really trying. So. So hopefully we can get some more PvP games in, and those will be much more interesting for me. All right, where are we fighting this? All right, let's. Okay, so this is my scout ships. Nice. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad they're helping. Um, yeah. So right now we have three things that we're kind of trying to juggle at the moment, or three possibilities of things that we're trying to juggle. Number one is we got a little bit of feedback. Whoever made the the Reddit thread, a call to action, 4xAlchemist, coordinate a PvP game with the community. We got a little bit of interest from the Amplitude devs to see um, to see if we were interested in playing some devs, which we totally are. So we might have a 2-on-2 match against the devs sometime in the future. They didn't say exactly when they wanted to do it, but they just basically brought it up as a possibility to eventually look into it. Um, then we want to do a game with the community itself, with you guys. That would be super fun, and I think everyone would really enjoy that. And then we also need to do the 500 sub kind of celebration type thing. That's our next PvP match or the head-to-head match that you guys got to pick our faction. So we have 3 games that we really want to play, and yeah, we're also super excited to play the devs. Like when they brought that up, we were just like, hell yeah, we'll totally take on the devs. That would be awesome. So hopefully that will come soon. I think they said that they would get back to us kind of at the end of August for setting that up. So hopefully we can bring that to you guys as soon as possible. Yeah, and I don't know what we would do for voice chat. It would be I mean, I don't think it would be a super like competitive style game. But it would be really interesting, in my opinion, to like be on voice chat with both my brother and the devs that we were playing against. Um, just to, like talk to them about the game while we're playing and kind of joke around with them. But I don't know how serious they wanna make it, and how well they think they can compete. So we'll see. We'll it would be kind of funny if this is going to sound kind of arrogant, but it would be really funny to me if we go into the game against the devs and just smash them at their own game. That would make me really happy. What? How can this have... Oh, because we're fighting right now. That would make me happy. Yeah. Yep, I agree. So we played Civ so James and I were huge Civ players. I've played every Civ since I think Civ 2 was I think the first Civ I started with. And our big mission, or one of the hardest things that we had to do, was play 2v3v3v3 on Civ, where James and I were allied together versus 3 teams of 3 deity difficulty endless Civs. And the only way we were ever able to win that was through my discovery of Darius's special units, which were the Immortal Spearsmen. Which, if you've played any Civ, Spearmen are the first uh, military unit you actually unlock. And my strategy was to get those Spearsmen and then just build as many of them as you could, and then just keep upgrading them throughout the game and keep them with you, because their special ability is that they would heal, like they would get ×2 healing every turn. So where a normal unit would heal 4 health every turn, they would heal 8 health, for example. And, ooh, shit. Was not expecting that. I was not paying attention. I was going on my Civ rant. Shit. Um, but yeah, so what I ended up doing is having this squad of unkillable guys similar to my tardigrade, actually very similar to my tardigrade um, strategy for Cravers in this game. And so I just would have this squad of unkillable dudes that would just follow me from the Dark Ages all the way up through the Modern Age. And it was super fun. We actually ended up winning. I ended up winning actually a 1v2, me versus 4 teams of 2 on deity difficulty. I did it solo once as well. And then I was like, okay, I think I'm good enough at this game. And then we started playing something else, which was fun. So we've played a whole lot of Civ in our time. So great game. Uh, but I have not played any of Civ 6. I heard it's fun for the first 30 minutes, but then is just completely disappointing because the AI is so stupid and so pointless. Like even to the worse than this game, like their AI can't even grasp the basic concepts of their game, which is super disappointing because they had the same problem in Civ Beyond Earth, which was, I thought, one of the coolest concepts for a game where everyone pretty much starts the same. Like there's no different factions or anything. Everyone starts the same, but it's the choices that you made during the game that shaped and changed your empire. And I really liked that concept. Like it had so much potential that they kind of just, I mean, ruined is not the correct term, but was just infinitely disappointing due to their complete lack of imagination and execution with the game itself. So yeah, once again, another very long rant about that kind of stuff. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that at least a little bit. All right, but I think I've been doing this video for another 2 hours. Jesus. So I think I'm gonna wrap it up here, guys. Again, I've been playing a whole bunch. So I hope you enjoyed this session, and it will be up on YouTube in about an hour. So it takes a little time to port it over from Twitch to YouTube. So if anyone else wants to see it, or you want to watch certain aspects of the game again, or whatever, definitely go ahead and do that. And if you guys have any questions or criticisms, or whatever you want to do, we're always open to feedback, and definitely let us know on there. So take it easy, guys, and I'll catch y'all later.